peace, reflection, love myself, and give you this download that I got in over the weekend. So I was extremely blessed and very grateful for this opportunity to sit in ceremony with grandmother medicine. And it's the first time I ever sat in ceremony of that manner in a teepee. So just a completely different feel the whole time, and I really liked it. It was just what I needed on a lot of different levels. And one of the main things that struck me when I was sitting in ceremony, there was a lot of, I'm going to be making more videos on stuff that I picked up on, but one of the big things that came in was, so we're in the teepee, and there was a fire going the whole time, and there was a guy that was the fire keeper, so he would put logs on as needed. And at this one point, he put a log on, and like if these were my arms were the logs, this was a log, and then he put a log on, and it was above the other logs that were on the fire. And the shaman's he's like, Alan, you need to knock down the log a little bit. So he knocked it down a little bit, and he's like, you need to knock it down some more, and he knocked it down some more, and it finally got to the point where all the logs were even with one another. And then that really triggered me, where I was seeing everyone as the logs. Like everyone in the space was one of those logs that was on the fire. And what was coming into me was that no one's above and no one's below anyone. We're all equal, and that when we have that realization that we're all equal and we're all on the same plane, that that's when we can really start to slip into the flow and really experience the true magic of life. And so from there, it started to, I took that on for a little while, and then it moved into where we were still the logs on the fire, but then it expanded to being the beams of the teepee, and how we're all putting in the same work, and creating the space together so that we can share and experience what we call life. And so I was meditating on it even more, because I find that there's a higher expression of self and there's a lower expression of self. So I was like, well, how does this fit into the picture with what I was experiencing? And what was coming in was an analogy to relationships, and how we go through certain relationships in our life that some are more harmonious for us and others aren't as harmonious for us to be in. And the times that it isn't harmonious for us, that would be more like the lower self type of relationships that we experience, but it's still on the equal plane, because we have to go through the harder times with relationships or any given circumstance, so that we understand this is not what I want in my life. And not that it's wrong or that it's bad. It's just something that you needed to experience, or I needed to experience, to show that I don't want that. I want something else. I want something better for myself. And yeah, that's just kind of what was coming in with me, is that it's all the relationships are equal. Okay, there's nothing above, nothing below. We're on the same plane. As we move through life, then that is where we truly can appreciate the experiences that when somebody hurt you, that was a blessing in disguise, because it was teaching you a lesson on how to maybe let go of that person. Okay, that is a very higher self perspective. If you can tune into that, where you're not taking the low road where you're like, oh, screw this person and all that. You're not seeing that it's all there. It's all meant for a reason. It's all harmony. It's all equal and on the same plane, right? When you see that, then you understand, like, oh, like, this person did this to me, so this, like, this is my time, this is my lesson to really grow as a being. They're actually helping you. When that stuff goes on, they're helping you move along your soul path, and the more that you can tune into these lessons, the more you can grow and expand as a spiritual being in this life. This is a very blessed opportunity for all of us. Anytime that we're alive is a very blessed opportunity, but this in particular is a very expansive time of being. And the more you can tune into those lessons that come in, like I said, the relationship was just kind of what came in for me. And this doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. It could be, relationship with siblings, relationships with co-workers, or whatever it is. A relationship with yourself, okay? Like, there's been plenty of times where, like, I used to smoke a lot of cigarettes, and there was a time, I'm not gonna lie, that I was not happy with myself, about that. And the more that I've sat with it, the more that I've meditated upon it, I have come to the awareness that I chose to go through those experiences of smoking cigarettes so that I can understand that that's not what I want to do. I want to value my health. I want to be on this planet for as long as I can. So I need to let go of that habit, let go of the people that I was around, that were bringing that energy into my life so that I can grow, So yeah, that's just kind of what I was tuning into a little bit. I hope that this connected with you on some level, and that you can extrapolate and apply it to your life. The application, I was just talking to a friend of mine about applying the lessons that we experience in life, and the application of those lessons is where we really expand and we really grow. So yeah, it was a very beautiful conversation that we had, and yeah, so your ability to tune into those lessons, it's very small, detailed work, being present, being aware of the details that go on, like that. I'm sure that little lesson that I saw was over a lot of people's heads. They might have been tuning into other things in that moment that they need to experience. It was just, I was paying attention to the details of, the space holders and what was going on with them, because they were obviously very much in the flow. So I wanted to tune into the lessons that they were providing us all, right? So, yeah, pay attention to the details. Understand that those details are going to show you that everything's on the same plane. It may appear that it's like this, and there's a higher element or a lower element, but really they're the same thing. And once you can cultivate that into your awareness, accept it, and without any judgment or attachment to it, then you have the opportunity to expand and grow at such a rapid pace, because you're not hindering yourself by judging somebody, whether that's with your thoughts, with your words, with your actions, anything of that nature. You're understanding it's a lesson that person, place, or thing is showing you. And yeah, like I said, that's about all I got on this one. So keep tuning in. I love you so much. I love myself, and I'll see you next time. Peace.